All right, and we're live. Let's see. What is up, everybody? Let's see if I can answer these Q&A. So I'm doing a Q&A live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm using my drone for the YouTube live stream. Now, you could probably hear the drone humming in the background. I hope that isn't too annoying. I can't really tell right now, so take that with a grain of salt. I think my mic probably too close to that. This is probably picking up all of that static. Hit that light, red light, red light. Do it like this. All right. It's probably a little bit loud, but that's fine. I don't need to talk so loud. So I'm having these, my friends send me this stuff right now. A couple people sent me some questions, and I plan on answering it right now. And most of all, I want you guys to get to know me so you can understand what's up. I gotta tell people I'm live. I gotta put it out. I'm a one-man team, you guys. I'm an engineer. I'm a producer. Whatever needs to be done, I can do it. So it's just the maybe a little bit more clear. Let me put my braces in. All right, got my Smile Direct Club. I'm gonna get a drink of water so I can be prepared for this chat. All right. Okay. So what I'm doing is I have a few Q&As from a couple people that they want to learn some stuff. They want to figure some stuff out. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a Q&A so that you guys can get some answers. My goal is to help people better their lives by themselves. I don't like talking with that thing in my mouth. I want people to be able to help themselves. Now, a lot of the times people will think that uh, they don't have the knowledge or the skill set to help themselves, so they give up and they just accept the life that is there for them, regardless if they are capable or not of changing the existence that they're overtaking in their life. I spent a long time suffering, a very long time suffering in my younger years. And I lived with a bunch of different people and a bunch of different cultures, and I've learned a lot. And I want to share it with you guys. I want to share it with everybody because this is one thing that I've learned. It doesn't matter where you come from. Is we all basically want the same things for ourselves. It's just the means in which we go about attaining. Like, let's say we don't feel whole and we want attention. We a lot of times will search for that in other people, and it's almost always self-destructive. But it feels good in the moment, but it's self-destructive. A lot of HustleMore's ideology is to hustle against the easy part of life, hustle against taking the easy route, because it is easier to go the easier route. That's why people are hooked on drugs. That's why people are sex addicts. That's why people can't hold relationships, is because there is more to what's going on than what they can see. Now, I'm gonna start off with a question. Let's go find a question real quick. Let's see. Yep, on Facebook and YouTube. All right. Now, as I start doing these more, I'm gonna get better and better at it. I've been really held back with producing content. I've been dealing with a lot. I was on testosterone replacement therapy and I was taken off back in January. So these last 2 months have been me trying to maintain and deal with the hormonal imbalances. Because those things are real and they really negatively impact your life. And it is just an example of what most men who are depressed or lethargic or anxious all the time are dealing with. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to set the example on how to overcome these things and prosper, because this stuff is real. Everybody goes through these negative things. Let's go to the questions real quick. Okay, I'm live right now. All right, let's go to the first question from my boy Fish. From my boy Fish. Now, um, this dude, I admire him a lot because not that he's someone special, but because he is owning his life. He does all this cool shit, and it's not that he's rich or anything, but he took complete control of his life and he lives it in a way which makes him happy, and he has a beautiful family and all that. He's athletic as well. So he goes, this is a general question, not necessarily that he doesn't know it, but it's a general question. How do I find out my calorie intake for maintenance? What are my macros? All right, let's start with the first question. So now I cheat. There's a mathematic equation that you take your body weight, then you multiply it. You have to find out what the BMI and all this stuff is. But nowadays you don't have to do that. Now, if you want to figure out where your basal metabolic rate is, then that's basically the basal metabolic rate is the rate at which your body burns a certain amount of calories in order to maintain the current form that you're in. Now mine is 1890, 1,890 calories to maintain 170 pounds of body weight. That's about 20 pounds of body fat with about 90 pounds of body muscle, dry lean mass, and then you got the other factors like water weight and skeletal muscle mass, all this other stuff. Um, Now, honestly, since I can't recall this from memory, I'm gonna tell you what to do, what I would do in this situation. I would Google it. That's what I would do. I would Google how do I calculate my basal metabolic rate. Now, if you go to a Fitness 19 or a fancy gym, they have calculators. They have the handheld ones. I don't think the handheld thing can tell your your basal metabolic rate, but it can tell you your body fat and your body mass. But the in-body scan 230 is great because it breaks your body down in segments. It could tell you the exact number of body fat. It could tell you the exact number of pounds of body fat, how many pounds of muscle mass. Now, let me show you an example. I have an example somewhere in this mess that I have right here. All right, here we go. This is from February 6th of last month. Now, this is how I figure out my information. Okay? It tells you everything you need to know. Now, where is it? Right here. That's my basal metabolic rate. Oh, it's 1826. It's a lot less than what I originally thought. But you find out all of the information that you need. Body fat. Move my finger. But it's hard to do this. Body fat mass. So that was from February. Now let's look at this most recent one. This is from March 2nd. Okay. Now I went from 1826 or something like that to 1864. Now as you gain muscle mass, you gain about 50 calories more in your basal metabolic rate. So as you can see, everything is shrinking. That's all the information on my body composition. Now that's super important as far as fitness goes and how you're going to approach your fitness, because there you can calculate your macros, and that was the second part. Hold on, you can't find me on Facebook. Antonio Cosmer. If you can't find me on Facebook, look up Antonio Cosmer or the HustleMore business page, HustleMore Fit, at HustleMore Fit. Let's look at this. What are macros? Macros are essential nutrients to build your body. So you're talking fats, carbs, proteins, amino acids, and stuff. So like a macro is, what is the macronutrients of this spinach that I'm going to eat? How many grams of whatever am I going to get? You've got micronutrients and macro. So macro is just protein, fats, carbs, and that's how you calculate and manipulate your body mass, or you increase in certain areas, you decrease in certain areas based on what you want. Like if you're a power lifter, You'll most likely have equal parts carbs, equal parts protein. Probably. I don't know. I've never did a diet for powerlifting. But I do know that you do want substantial amount of accessible energy. Now, for me, I started off generally as a power lifter because I have type 2 fast twitch muscle fibers, which means that I have explosive strength. And I do well as far as deadlifting, squats, anything that requires, power. But since I started my bodybuilding journey and now I'm actually going towards a competition, I've lost a significant amount of power because my amount of carb intake and my cardiovascular, my HIIT, like, I don't really necessarily know if that's exactly what it is, but I do know since I've changed my diet for fitness, bodybuilding, for the competition, I have lost a significant amount of strength. Now, my PR on the deadlift before I decided to go compete was about 385 pounds at about 180, 175 pounds of body weight. Now I'm about 170 with the decreased grain and carbohydrates. My PR right now is like 225. So that's like 60 pounds, and my weight is still the same. It's all about what you want to do and manipulate your body to do what you want it to do. Let's see if I got anything else. All right. Looks like my boy Adrian found me. I'm not on the live stream on Facebook, so if you send me any comments on there, I most likely won't be able to see it. Let me see if I can pull it up without using up all my RAM on my computer, because my computer uses a lot of RAM. Let's see. Am I live right now? I can't find myself. Second, so that's basically what macros are. What's keto? Keto is when you put your body in a state of where, how do I find my live stream? You put your body in a state of ketosis. Now, ketosis is a ketone. It's a I don't know exactly what a ketone is, and if it's an enzyme or if it's some type of something, but it's something. I think it's the mitochondria. It's where the mitochondria in the body switches from accessing the readily available carbohydrates or glucose in the body as energy, and switching to fats, fatty acids such as body fat, omega fatty acids, monochain triglycerides. And keto is really great because it gives your immune system a break. Now, a lot of people like, oh, I can't, and that's because you're essentially altering the function of your body. So it takes time. This stuff isn't immediate. Sometimes it could take me about 3 to 4 days to put myself into ketosis now. Before it would take me like 2 weeks, a week, because your body is in the habit of accessing energy in a different manner. But you have to go into like a sort of survival mode, because that's what it is. That's why we store body fat, is so that when we are in a state of survival, our body has accessible energy so that we can keep moving forward. The negatives that we feel. Oh, look, I can see myself. It looks blurry. I wonder if I can make it clearer. Let's see if I can make it clearer. Let's go back into the stream. Focus. Focus. There we go. That's better. All right, now we're focused in. Let's go back to the questions. Okay, keto. So I highly recommend keto for people who are overweight and or feel bad. For the first 3 months of your fitness journey, I recommend going full keto for 3 months. You will significantly lose body weight and you will feel significantly better physically and mentally. And that is for the most part. For most people, that is the case. Now, there are some variables. Now, it's all based on genetics and where you come from. Some people genetically have evolved where they never had to go into a state of ketosis, so they don't necessarily or can't get into ketosis, or it just their body doesn't respond well. There's so many variables in this world that we don't know 100% exactly what's going to go on if we try some type of thing, but it does not hurt to try. And if it is hard, stick it through. Give it 1 month. If it does not work for you in 1 month, give it up and try something else. Just go low carb. Eliminate refined sugar and grain. Simple grain. That's it. No whole grain bread. It's still grain. The idea that eating whole grain is healthy. If you're not a marathon runner, if you're not swimming laps, you know what I mean? You don't need to be eating whole grain. You don't, especially if you're overweight. Now, when you get to a point like where I'm at now, where I'm significantly, I feel better, I'm healthier, I can eat a simple grain because my body is not going to fall apart. It's built up, it's stronger, and it's easier to fight off and bounce back from that. So it's basically just a 3 month sacrifice leading up to the point where you start feeling better, and then you can slowly, as you get healthier and healthier, you'll most likely not even want to go back because you are enjoying the benefits. But let me tell you, when you get to a spot where you're significantly healthier than you ever been, you can cave. You can have fucking donuts. You can have candy. It's just it can't be the main part of your diet. That's important for people to understand. It's a temporary sacrifice. It's not a forever sacrifice. Give some shit up temporarily to attain wholeness. All right. How much water should I drink? Me personally, I go off the basic standard of 1 gallon of water a day. Water will significantly help you drop weight. Water, it's how everything, like, I'm not even going to, I shouldn't have to explain to you how important fucking water is. Water is important. Our body's made up 70%. Like, okay, everybody knows the nuanced sayings of water. Just drink get a gallon. This is what I do. Every day, I get these and I refill these. 25 cents, okay, to refill a gallon at the water store. 25 cents. I have like 8 of them at the house. I drink one a day. I start in the morning when I wake up, and I finish it off by the time I'm in bed. I don't mark any lines on there. There's no specific time in which I need to drink. That's me. I'm not the kind of person that can plan out my day. I really can't. I really want to, and I really do try to plan, to write things down, and to follow, but it's like super against my nature. Like I'm chaos. I get most of what I need done throughout the day, and I achieve the maintaining goals to maintain my body, but I can't plan it. I want to. I really do, and I'm working on it. But drink at least a gallon of water a day. Now, if you're 90 pounds, you probably only need 32 ounces of water a day, right? Because you're a lot smaller. I'm about 175, 170. A gallon of water is exactly what I need. Some people drink more, and it's especially dependent on your exertion in the gym. How much are you sweating in the gym? How many times are you going pee? These things matter, okay? And if you're on a weight loss journey and you're drinking a bunch of water and you cut grain and sugar and you notice that the frequency in which you pee is a lot more, and you notice that your body temperature, you feel warmer, that means you're burning fat, which is a good thing. So these are little things that you can look at to gauge whether you're progressing. Now, pounds, don't look at your pounds. Don't look at the scale. It's not a good motivator. I highly do not recommend it. Uh, Difference on fasted cardio and non-fasted cardio. Okay, now fasted cardio will put you in a calorie deficit at the beginning of your day, and you'll burn the majority of the body fat that you burn in that time frame of fasted cardio. And the rate at which you burn calories throughout the day after is going to be significantly slower. Now, if this is good or if this is bad, it really depends on what your goal is. And if your goal is just wellness, then it's really not that, you shouldn't really care. Fasted cardio is great. It gets your norepinephrine up. It significantly puts you in a calorie deficit, which will make anything that you eat throughout the day have less of an impact on you as far as body fat goes. Your digestion is going to be up. So like what I like to do is I like to hypothesize on scenarios and test them out. So like if you do a fasted cardio after a significant leg day, now, because when you fast, your body ups the levels of natural growth hormone, testosterone, everything regenerates and replenishes. It's all stemmed around your immune system. If your immune system is constantly being regenerated at 100%, your body is going to thrive hormonally. And hormones is what you want. If you're like if you're a bodybuilder, if you have depression or anxiety or like, anything that's wrong with your body, if you give your body the proper hormones to balance itself out, to fight off the negative aspects of modern diet and lifestyle, you're going to want to do a fasted cardio because it's going to put you in a place where it's going to start your day right. Now, if you want to burn more throughout the day, I would say start off with a protein, like a non-fasted cardio. Don't do any grain or any carbohydrates first thing in the morning. Like, I hate when I see people eat bagels and muffins for breakfast or donuts. Like, the only way you should be doing that is if you're a power lifter. Completely different aspect. But what happens is your body turns off the part that says that we need to burn fat. The moment that carbohydrates and these things touch your body, there's going to be a thing that's released. I can't remember the name. I'm going to start taking notes so that I can sound more professional, but I know the mechanism. There's going to be a part inside the body that says it's satiated, that it's filled, that it doesn't need to access the body for energy. So you're no longer going to be burning body fat if you do a non-fasted cardio. But you will be utilizing the energy and you will be utilizing the muscle. Not saying that it isn't beneficial, but it depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to lose body fat, then you should not be doing a non-fasted cardio. I would say get over I forgot. Get over whatever. Forget about it. Let's look at another question. What's push-pull legs versus bro split? Now, this is a good one. When I first started lifting weights, I did bro split. And it was literally just arms, chest. Like, I would do biceps one day. I would do triceps one day. I would do chest one day. I would do fucking back one day. I would do legs one day. That's called a bro split. Now, if you're trying to develop the body as a whole, that's not a great way to do it. But if you're just going to the gym as a way to blow off steam, as a way to be around people, to be in a community of like-minded individuals, that's fine. I'm not going to hate on you because you're doing bro split. All that matters is that you're in the fucking gym. Like, I'm not like some crazy, oh, you got to work out, you got to work out. Like, you could be a lawyer, you could be a graphic designer, you could be a nurse. As long as you spend the minimum 45 minutes in a gym a day, your life and the quality of your life will improve. Now, will your body change? I would say no, because I see it all the time in the gym. People go to the gym all the time and they still look the same, but they're happy. That should be one of the most important aspects of fitness, is overall well-being. It should not matter what your body fat is. It should not matter what the circumference of your fucking bicep is, and it shouldn't matter what the fucking PR is on the bench press. That's personal stuff. That's what matters to you. Now, if your overall happiness, that significantly impacts your community and the people around you and the people who love you. That matters. You should want to be whole. You should want to be well, because it will make the people around you happier, it will make you happier, and the quality of your life will increase. Now, push-pull legs, I like to do like push-pull. I don't necessarily do push-pull legs. I include legs in push-pull because you can push with legs and you can pull with legs. Basically, pulling is just hamstrings, or deadlifts, which is hamstrings and glutes, and push. It's the act of pushing and the act of pulling, right? When you're pushing, you're using triceps, you're using front delts, you're using chest, you're using some latissimus. And when you're pulling, you're using some biceps, you're using rear delt, you're using back, you're using, and when you deadlift, you're using core. When you're doing shoulder pushes, push-pull legs is compound, which is overall better for the body development because it's synchronous. The muscles are speaking to each other and they're working in sync, which means they will develop together. Your strength overall will increase, and your body fat will drop way more significantly because your demand is far more demanding. So we have, like, when it goes keto and like fasting, what you're doing in order to lose weight, you're not actually burning the layer of fat on your body. What you're doing is we have these stored lipids inside the muscles. There's these little balls that store fats as energy for when we work out. This is considered ATP. This is where the mitochondria access the energy to do the whatever the exercise. Now, when you do the fasted cardio or fasted even workouts, I like to work out fasted. I do most of all of my workouts you see on my Instagram. I haven't eaten yet. None of my workouts I've eaten yet, which probably has a lot to do with my overall strength as well, which is fine. But what it does is it pulls and uses up the stored energy in the muscle, and then when you're done, the body reaches out. The mitochondria, those lipids, they reach out to the fat stored in the layers on the top layer, and it draws it back in, and it replaces and replenishes the storage, so that the next time, so every time you do this, you're gradually pulling energy away from the body fat. All right, let's see what else we got here. HIIT versus LIS. Let me Google what LIS is. I probably know what it is, but I'm not big on names. I keep telling you guys this. Let me just get the actual terminology. Let's see. Sorry. Where's LIS? Here it is. Okay, low intensity, steady state. Low intensity, steady state. I would say the difference, okay, just based on the terminology, I didn't even look up the definition, okay? I want you guys to take this one with a grain of salt. HIIT is high intensity interval training. Now, what this does is it spikes your heart rate and then it lowers your heart rate. Spikes your heart rate and then lowers your heart rate for a short period of time. And what that does is it's sort of like bursts. So you're accessing energy in short bursts. So it increases your endurance and burns a significant amount of calories. And depending on the type of HIIT that you're doing, it can be beneficial for your muscles, depending on the type of HIIT that you're doing. Now, this is my guess. After I say this, I am going to read the actual definition, whatever aspect of LIS. Low intensity, steady state. Now, what I imagine when I hear this is something like a weighted lunge, keeping the muscle engaged and never disengaging the muscle with slow ups and downs. I would imagine that as low intensity, steady state, because you're constantly demanding energy and activation from a chosen muscle group, which let me use my brain real quick, would potentially increase overall stamina and strength in the muscle. Stamina and strength, because holding weight over time can wear you out. Let's say if I'm holding something like 10 pounds like this, in 10 minutes, it's going to be like really hard to keep it up. Low intensity, steady state. Now, let me see if I'm correct. I'm getting so many notifications right now. It's getting hard to keep up. Okay, I'm on the internet right now. I would really like for you guys, do me a favor, hit the bell button. Hit the bell and the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, like it and share it. And go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, please. All right, let's see. Lists. I'm trying to find it without having to read this whole thing. LIS cardio in the most ways has increased your understanding of what. This didn't help me. Let me. Low intensity, steady. Come on. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because I have the mic on. I keep forgetting. Low intensity, steady state. What is it and why it works? All right, I gave you guys my definition. LIS means doing light cardio, 50 to 60% of your maximum heart rate at a consistent pace. Usually, so I was completely wrong. So it's mostly a cardio thing. About 45 to the list can help the body become conditioned over time to use fat as fuel source. Um, all right, so let me revise my hypothesis on how lists. Okay, so it's okay. Hit is where your heart rate is up and down, up and down, up and down, and list is where it's up and it's about 60% and it stays steady the entire time. That would be good for marathon running. That would be good for um, I guess marathon running and even body fat, even losing body fat. But I would say that it's mostly running, and I would say that it's bad on your knees. I fucking hate cardio, but running. All right, so I'm gonna pass that on. I did not know exactly what list was, but the good thing about living in the age of information is that I can find that shit out right now, and I'm not gonna forget. So I'm smarter for it. Thank you for sending me that question. Let's go look for more questions. And that's it from this guy. Okay, what else? Let's see. I think he might have sent me some questions on the Facebook. Let's look at it. Come on, comments, pop up. All right. Can I get a shout out? Shout out to my boy Adrian Alfonso. That's my boy. We work out sometimes in the gym together. I'm trying to get him on board with HustleMore, but just like everybody else, he ain't about that life. He doesn't. I'm gonna talk shit, Adrian. Adrian, you better jump on that horse, man. What are you doing with your life? Let's get this. So much opportunity in this world. He sent me a question. What foods are good for growth? Now, this is huge, and knowing your genetics helps. It's significant helps. Like for me, when I did my genetics, I'm genetically predisposed to being vitamin D3 deficient. Now, I didn't know this, but about 4 years ago, I started adding significant amount, about 2,000 IUs a day, to my diet 4 years ago. And I would say that was huge, huge for changing my hormone levels, the body, my overall body development. Like I look different, I feel different. I'm 30 years old, you guys. I'm 30 years old and I look maybe 22, maybe 22. I didn't look that way that before. Food for growth. Now, if you're not looking to lose body fat, you look at complex carbs, sweet potatoes, yams, potatoes, um, beef, red beef. None of this lean shit. I'm so sick and tired of seeing trainers tell their people to eat lean food. Don't eat fat, like eating turkey, ground turkey instead of ground beef. I'm, Beef is nutritious. Now, if you're vegan, that's fine. I'm not. It's a lifestyle. It's a philosophy. It's an ideology. That's fine. And there are ways to get those fats and the essential nutrients that you need to build the body and to give it the building blocks that it needs to produce what it needs to produce so that you can get the outcomes that you want. So definitely beef. Um, if you look at glucose, now glucose will give you a insulin spike. Insulin is good for muscle growth. It also helps with um, the natural levels of HGH. Fasting, not eating for 16 like doing like 3 days a week intermittent. Like so, if you do 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where you don't eat for the 16 hours. So you go from the last time you ate till like for me, I go about 10 o'clock is almost 10 p.m. is the last time I eat. I go about 2 or 3 till my first meal. 2 or 3 p.m. the next day is my first meal. And I usually leave carbs out and I go really high in the protein. And then that will also spike your natural levels of human growth hormone. And again, Google that shit. Go on YouTube. There's plenty of athletes on there that are adapting the low carb diet and fasting to implement low fat and a significant amount of muscle growth. So the science is there, the information is there, and all you really got to do is Google it. What else? He asked a question. He says, "What can I do to grow strength?" Deadlifts, compound lifts, bent over rows, T-bar rows, squats, hip thrusts. You want to do movements and you want to do heavy, heavy weight where you can get 6 to 3 reps out of it the most, to the point where you're going to want to take a 1 minute, a 2 minute rest between sets. And you're going to want to do a lot. of that. Okay, don't do hypertrophy. Don't do hypertrophy. That's more for sculpting and chiseling and but if you want to grow strength, do compound lifts. Like if you're gonna do a deadlift, before you do your deadlift, or even before you bench press is also a compound lift. Before your bench press, you wanna warm up your lats. You wanna do some weighted body pull-ups, as many as you can to failure. Because what happens is your lats, your triceps, they take up the majority of the lift in the bench press. Also with your deadlift, you want to engage your lats to help with the mechanics of lifting that weight, because it's not just your lower back and it's not just your core and it's not just your legs or your glutes that are going to lift that weight. It's going to be your legs, your glutes, your core, and your lats, and your shoulders, and your chest. Everything works in conjunction to lift that heavy ass weight. So if you do more compound lifts, your body will talk to each other. Your shoulders will talk, your core will talk, your body will know when to engage, and it'll know where to send the nutrients so that the next time you lift, your lift will increase. How long have I been streaming? Do I have any questions on the chat? Let's see. I've been on for 30. No questions on the chat. Well, that's it for today, you guys. I'm getting really bored and I'm running out of things to talk about. So I'm gonna do this again. I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. Eat healthy. If you drink, fast the next day. Take supplements, omega-6 fatty acids, antioxidants, and check it out. I got this shirt for sale. It's the only product that I have at the moment that I can offer you guys. I'm waiting on coming up on an investor so that I can start a supplement line, the HustleMore supplement line. The first one is going to be a pre-workout called Liquid Hustle. When that comes, you guys will get it. But check it out. If you guys order this today, you DM me on Instagram or Facebook. $15, $5 off the original price, $15, and I'll ship it out to you, free shipping today only because of this stream, and today's the 8th. So you guys have a blessed. First, I'm gonna say peace out to Facebook. I'm streaming from my phone and my drone. All right, you guys on Facebook, thank you so much for tuning in, and check it out. Go follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that bell button if you have any questions. If you want me to give you any tips or advice for your nutrition journey, I'll be more than happy to help you out. If you want online coaching and nutrition tracking, I can set you up with that. If you live in the Inland Empire and you want personal training because you want to do it, but you just don't have that little spark yet, because I didn't either. I know what it's like. When I coach somebody or train somebody, I do not plan on training you for that long. Like, for real, I only want to train you for about 3 months, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up with the tools to take care of yourself. I'm going to educate you, and I'm going to show you how to implement the mindset. That's what I'm giving you. That's the quality, and you get a shirt, and you'll be a part of the HustleMore community. Spread the word and the love. All right, you guys. Peace out on Facebook. Now, all right, now on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube. Now, please subscribe and hit the bell button. I'm going to be producing a lot more content, and a big part of me producing content is getting over my psychological nonsense. Like, I deal with a lot as far as emotionally and stress goes. I'm a single dad. I live alone. I 100% legitimately have no help, and I'm not crying, and I'm not looking for sympathy. All I'm doing is giving you guys the tools to be understanding of where I'm coming from, and maybe you'll respect what I'm doing a little more. If you don't, that's fine too, because I respect me. I love me, and everybody should do the same. Um, I don't know, maybe I'll set up a GoFundMe, and there's even an option on here to donate money. If you guys enjoy my content, I know uh, I'm not one of the famous guys yet on YouTube, but I will be. And I'm not looking for fame. I'm looking to help, to change people's life. I I don't have a job and I don't make money. I'm on unemployment and welfare, only on welfare because I am a full-time dad and my son's in school. He's only in school part-time. If I were to get a job, it would be only enough money to pay for a daycare so that I can work to pay for daycare. And to me, that's not quality of life. I'm blessed with a situation where I don't have to pay rent. So I'm taking full advantage of that, taking full advantage of the blessing that I'm given. And I'm trying to pursue my personal happiness, and that is changing people's lives for the better. And I'm not saying that I'm going to come in and magically change your life. No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the tools that you didn't have previously. And I'm going to show you how to implement them. And I'm going to show you how to implement them. Like when life throws a hard ball, I'm going to be the example on how to handle it, because let me tell you, life throws hard balls at me every day and I'm catching them and I'm dropping them and I'm catching them and I'm dropping them and I'm dodging them, because I believe wholeheartedly in my heart that I can do this. This is America. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. And I want you guys to come on this journey with me. I want to share my knowledge, my wisdom. I've been on my own since I was 14. I know some things. I'm not saying I know everything. I want to know everything. I'm on the search to know as much as possible. And I want you guys to come on that journey with me. So if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe and share it. Share it on Facebook. All right, you guys have a blessed day. I love you.